Time now for MTN Sports with Scott Breen.
Well, welcome back, everybody. Montana's Flint Rasmussen tells us he just can't decide how excited he actually is about the PBR welcoming fans back into the arena this weekend for the first time in 4 months. They'll do that over in Sioux Falls, and while it is a step forward, it's anything but business as usual.
This is the longest I have not performed in the arena in 25 years.
The former Shoto school teacher has always been the show since arriving on scene, first with rodeo, then exclusively the professional bull riders. 4 months ago, the show ground to an unsteady halt, initially without fans, then without bull riding.
People have come to me and said, yeah, it's tough on the rodeo business. And I always say, I call it the live event industry, which takes in pro sports, college sports, concerts, Broadway shows, any theater, rodeo, PBR. And I feel like we're a little ways away from opening the doors.
Flint says he refuses different, refuses the new normal, and admits personally that, well, there's no burst of excitement for this weekend's gradual return of fans to the PBR's Team Challenge in Sioux Falls, the most allowed in 50%.
What I'd be excited for is, let's go.
As in full speed ahead, near sellout crowds, energy bouncing off the walls. Essentially the opposite of what Flint's been doing for the last 7 weeks of made-for-TV bull rides inside empty arenas. Perfectly capable, his job shifted from entertainer to color commentary for Ride Pass, the PBR's streaming network.
Production meetings, go on the air, do a 2.5-hour show, commentary. Honestly, it was fairly boring.
Flint's quote, "I don't sit around and crave to dance in the dirt. I crave what we have in our lives." Translation, he's ready for normalcy back on the job.
It's funny how much you gauge by what's going on in an arena. It'd be 10 minutes before the show and I wouldn't know it because there's no hustle and bustle of people coming in and pre-show announcer reads and the music and yeah, it's more like a TV studio.
Clutch 2 for 2 performance.
This is awful, but we've almost gotten used to not having crowds. I had a friend of mine, Frank Newsom, who's I've worked with since our first World Finals in 1997. We did the NFR together, and he's 46 or so. A great bullfighter, and we were leaving Vegas at the same time, and he said, you know, it's pretty nice to walk through that casino and not have to talk about the PBR with fans. And I said, it's kind of nice, but I sure would like to do it.
Oh, I'll bet he would. And the feeling, of course, is mutual for fans. Now, we did tell you a couple months ago that Billings was offered this restart weekend by the PBR just a couple months ago, but, well, they turned it down, officials here in Billings, because they weren't sure whether or not they could get things put together in time. That said, the PBR set to make an announcement this weekend on a return to Billings a lot sooner than expected, likely in the coming weeks instead of months.